Shell Step is one of the UK's leading providers of tailored work placements. The programme was created by Shell in 1986 to equip ambitious undergraduates with valuable experience through challenging projects in small and medium-sized businesses in the UK. This summer, students who have participated in Shell Step have helped businesses to develop their potential by kick-starting and managing projects ranging from IT, business, marketing, science and engineering. The experience they have gained has been invaluable. They all now have an insight into how a small business is run whilst developing key skills which will boost the CV. Shell Step allows each business to get a project off the ground, which they may not previously had time for. It also enables them to access fresh ideas and new approaches, which often have outstanding results. Shell Step is now in its 21st year. So let's meet this year's finalists. Alex O'Donnell, studying mathematics and computer science at the University of Nottingham, was placed at Reading-based Assemble Limited.
The project started with an online training website called Scorch, and I was brought in to work on their forum. The project developed into this new website called Favourite that allows people to come to the site, find information and then respond to it and then post that information back to where it came from. I had some basic programming language skills at the start, and yet working on this large-scale project has helped them develop immensely. I've brought some knowledge of social networking, and I think knowledge of that has helped Favourite become more than just an information site. I think I was a little unsure about whether I wanted to spend my life doing IT, and yet through this experience I know that it's definitely what I want to do and something I really enjoy doing.
Matthew Laws, studying mechanical engineering at Imperial College London, was placed at Raytech Limited.
Raytech manufacture lighting products for the CCTV camera market. I looked at a new lensing idea and I managed to design a completely new bracket called the Universal Pole Mount Bracket. Some of the products can have up to 96 parts, so I looked at how that part count could be reduced and proposed a new solution, and I found a potential saving of £30,000 per year. I've worked closely with the directors and people on the shop floor, and so I've had to learn how to fit into a variety of different sorts of teams. At university I couldn't quite see why I was doing everything, and now all the work that I do fits into place in terms of a business future for me.
Matthew Townsend, studying finance, accounting and management at the University of Nottingham, was placed at Spirit of Venus.
I was at Spirit of Venus to do marketing, however I found myself in the deep end in product development. The product that I've helped develop, the money management for kids and as well as students, I could see this was such a big opportunity in the market. If you come up with an opportunity, you have to try and run with it. When there's only 2 or 3 people working in the business, everyone really has to work as a close-knit team and be willing to help each other out. The skill that I've developed at Spirit of Venus that I'm most proud of would be the way I've managed to develop the website. I've realised that I am more entrepreneurial than I gave myself credit for. I can actually come up with my own ideas, see a gap in the market, really go for it.
Shona McElroy, studying accounting and marketing at the University of Stirling, was placed at Falkirk-based Al Gordon Engineering.
My initial brief when I entered the firm was to explore market opportunities for a new subsidiary company. I then went on to do some business analysis sessions. I carried out an analysis of people's roles and responsibilities within the business, how work flowed from start to finish. The managing director now has time to devote to the management of the business and the strategic direction. I think the most important thing that I learned is that for some businesses the most important thing is not profit. In this case the most important thing was securing the jobs for the employees. Before the placement I had no idea of what I wanted to go on and do after my degree, but now I'm very determined to become a management consultant.
Yanis Mouse, studying media production at Coventry University, was placed at Rapid Communication.
My initial project was the redevelopment of the Rant and Rave website. Rant and Rave was just a way of leaving feedback with your voice. We developed it further and now allow people to actually text in their feedback as well as leaving voice calls. Now the product is actually being used by Rangers Football Club, and Rangers Football Club allow their fans to leave feedback as a voice call or by text messaging. My career path has changed considerably since working at Repeat Communication. I'm now actually looking at setting up my own business, which I have been awarded funding for. I feel that I can take this business knowledge and actually use it to develop products write product specifications and use it in other jobs that I may have in the future.
Damien Boswell, studying computing and multimedia at the University of Huddersfield, was placed at LiftSafe Limited.
Through the skills that I learned at university, I was able to bring these to LiftSafe instead of them outsourcing as usually done to the previous web designer. We decided to totally revamp the website, as it would be a lot easier and simpler than just updating the website. We started then to work on the email news flyers, as also the service database. I analysed the services that they used and then transformed it to a database, else everyone was standardised forms, so everyone already knew how to use them. Working with new people in a business environment has really helped me to move on as a person, I feel. That's because before I'd only ever worked on my own at university in a nice quiet room on my own. I'm working in a busy business environment with phones ringing, people always talking. I think it's really helped me develop my team skills.
Nathan Bestwick, studying product design at Sheffield Hallam University, was placed at Advanced Sewer Products Limited.
At ASP I was asked to develop a product and bring it through into the 21st century. I started my placement on the 2nd of July and the product was patented on the 11th of July. When I came into this placement I thought that I'd be making some drawings and making a few proposals. I would never have thought that I'd have done that and had the backing of my managing director to take it into prototyping and the possibility of it going through to manufacture. It's a real possibility that, that this has changed my life.
Toby Smith, studying history at the University of York, was placed at London-based PowerChecks.
My project for PowerChecks was to generate as much PR as possible in 8 weeks. I communicate quite a lot in essays and presentations, that sort of thing, and those were very important in writing the press releases and calling up the journalists. It teaches you a lot about kind of time management, what you can actually get done in a day, and having to motivate yourself. The fact it was my project. My boss, Alexandra Kelly, she enjoys the work. To be able to go into work 5 days a week and enjoy what you're doing would be fantastic. So, that's opened a whole new avenue. I feel so much better prepared in terms of choosing a career. I found out what I like doing, and also it looks fantastic on the CV.
Matt Clark, studying modern languages at the University of Bristol, was placed at King's Heavy Haulage Bristol Limited.
My project at King's Heavy Haulage basically involved setting up a new quote system for the managing director, Steve. The issue that he had was that not enough customers were taking him up on his quotes. Since then I've been doing things to the website, improving our Google search ranking, declustering it. I've also designed a customer loyalty scheme and done some direct marketing. We've seen a 23% rise in sales. It was a relatively autonomous role and I was given a chance to work within the confines of a company, but almost to do what I like, to follow my own ideas. I think it was important that someone with a fresh set of eyes and a new perspective had a look at the same problems. I think I was also slightly more technology literate than the guys that had been there before.
Ian Whiteside, studying computer science and mathematics at the University of Edinburgh, was placed at Martin Energy Limited.
My project involved implementing this system on air conditioning units on a Tesco Extra store in Glasgow in order to strategically reduce our consumption when National Grid needed extra electricity. I have learned engineering skills, project management skills, and meeting skills. I have been amazed by the direct contact with managing director and the decisions with which I've been able to make. This has given me a head start going back to university, as I've spent my summer doing things that I wouldn't have otherwise done. By taking part in the Shell Step programme, Martin Energy have allowed me to bring this system into live operation much sooner than could possibly have been done without.
Emily Garrick, studying German and Business Studies at the University of Edinburgh, was placed at Shetland Seafood Auctions Limited.
They were established primarily to benefit the whitefish fleet. They also had an online auction for selling farmed seafood, but they had not had the resources to be able to further this part of the business. I was able to give a fresh new look to the marketing material. I was able to come with initiative and ideas to be able to help this company develop. I hadn't actually realised the potential and the importance SMEs have in such a small community. I've been able to understand how businesses can develop and grow, and they don't have to be large multinationals to be able to make a profit. I've decided that I would like to come back to Shetland and be able to benefit the community, perhaps by setting up my own business or being able to develop other businesses already here.
I've learnt an awful lot about how it is to be within a small business.
I'd be far more confident at picking up the phone.
I managed to learn more skills than I could ever dream of learning at all.
I developed my communication skills.
I've been able to test a whole variety of skills.
More than anything, entrepreneurship.
It's a real possibility that this has changed my life.